welcome back to the channel, and hello if you're new. Before we get into the video, let me know your thoughts down below and hit that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that notification bell to stay posted on my future content. And now without further ado, let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Battlefront 2. I've got to be real here, I did not expect to be reviewing this game in 2025, but here we are. Star Wars Battlefront 2 in the year 2025. I have to say, I'm blown away. And look, I'm not a die-hard Star Wars fan. I don't think I've even watched any of their films, past and present. Just so you know, I'm not invested in the franchise like that. I recently got this game on sale. EA has it a part of a monthly pass, or you can buy it separately. I thought, yeah, why not? What's the worst that could happen? And it turns out, I didn't regret it. This game is special, and I mean it. This campaign alone has got me hooked. I only briefly played Battlefront 1, but Battlefront 2, man, I feel like we've been sleeping on something special. And that's why I need to talk about why this game, this older title, somehow feels more polished, more fun, and honestly more alive than a lot of the new stuff dropping today. So sit tight, because I'm about to break down why Star Wars Battlefront 2 is absolutely worth playing in 2025. So let's start with the campaign. This is what pulled me in first. You play as Iden Versio, and I didn't expect to care too much. After the cinematography, the gameplay, and the immersive nature of the game, start to understand that she's not just a soldier. There's real depth to her character, and the story genuinely surprised me. What impressed me the most though was the shift in perspective. Not playing the typical rebel hero at first, you're actually part of the Empire, which forces you to look at this universe from a completely different lens. That's bold, and that's very rare. And the gameplay? Smooth. The gunplay in both first person and third person actually feels pretty good. There's no weird floatiness or sloppy hit detection. The mechanics simply feel rewarding, and switching from blasters to lightsabers when you're playing with someone like Luke, man, that transition is clean. The lightsaber combat is simple, but it's satisfying, but it feels powerful. And then there's the flying. Those dogfights reminds me of them old school PC games me and my friends used to play. You get that full cockpit view, shooting down ships, chasing enemies through space. It's cinematic and it holds up well. What's crazy to me is newer games drop all this polish with their massive budget and still somehow feel worse than this game that came out back in 2017. It just shows, if the core gameplay loop is fun, you've already won. Now let's talk visuals, because even in 2025, Battlefront 2 still looks gorgeous. From the lighting to the reflections on the stormtrooper armor, to the details in each planet, everything just feels polished. The environments aren't just pretty, they're alive too. You land on Naboo or Takodana and it doesn't feel like set dressing. It feels like a real place with history. And the character models? Clean. And when you're in a lightsaber battle or watching ships fly overhead, it's straight up cinematic. It feels like you're playing a Star Wars movie, which is exactly what I think they was going for. I also got to shout out the sound design, because the sound of the blaster hitting a surface or the hum of a lightsaber activating, it's all perfectly tuned. The soundtrack blends in seamlessly with the action, and it knows when to get quiet to let the moment breathe. Even compared to some games that dropped this year, I'm still more impressed by how this game feels, looks, and sounds. Now let's get into multiplayer, because this is where Battlefront 2 really shows its depth. Even in 2025, the player base is still active. You can jump into Galactic Assault or Heroes versus Villains match and find a game pretty quickly, which says a lot about how well this game aged. The community is loyal, and once you're in, the variety of modes gives you way more replay value than you'd expect from a 2017 title. Playing as hero and villains in PvP feels surprisingly balanced. Whether you're flying through space in Starfighter Assault or pushing objectives as a clone trooper on Geonosis, every mode feels distinct. And look, there's a reason people are still talking about this game, and that's because it delivers a proper Star Wars experience. And even now, it holds up better than some newer online shooters. You won't find sweaty ranked ladders or live service updates anymore. What you get is a complete multiplayer package that still rewards skill, teamwork, and straight up fun. One thing that surprised me the most is how well the campaign holds up in 2025. Even though it's not the longest story ever made, the way it mixes cutscenes, gameplay, and character moments honestly feels more cinematic than a lot of modern games. The visuals still impress, especially in key moments. Space battles, ground invasions, and the transitions between planets all feel epic without being bloated. Voice acting and motion capture for characters like Iden Versio make the campaign feel like a proper Star Wars movie. And while the story got some criticism back in the day, now, with time, it actually feels underrated, especially compared to some recent Star Wars content. So if you're jumping in for the first time like I am, it still feels like a complete package, well placed, focused and satisfying to play through. Now overall, Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2025 genuinely feels like one of those rare games that age better than people expected. Whether it's improved gameplay balance, the polished visuals, or just massive Star Wars universe at your fingertips, this game just gets it right. For someone who's not even a huge Star Wars fan, I find myself fully immersed, and that says a lot. It's not just nostalgia, it's the gameplay, the atmosphere, and how it all clicks. If you get the chance to grab this on sale, which I highly recommend, or through EA's monthly subscription, it's more than worth the time and price. You're getting a decent campaign, great multiplayer, solid performance, and a community still keeping it alive in 2025. Star Wars genuinely blends fun with tight gameplay mechanics, and Battlefront 2 might be the best surprise you'll have this year, because honestly I didn't expect to enjoy it this much, but here I am, playing a game from 2017, genuinely appreciating what it gets right in 2025. Honestly, this gameplay has genuinely made me somewhat interested in finding out more about Star Wars, so that alone feels like a huge win. Maybe modern games need to take a page out of titles like this. Older games had creativity, loyalty, and a genuine appreciation from their fan bases, something newer releases struggle to recapture. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on my future content. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. On that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.